your mind, lost in.
Yeah,
Oh God.
So yeah, I started out with like dubstep and like writing emo songs, and yeah, now for the past year or two, I've been trying to do YouTube because that seems to be the only platform that kind of gives small creators a chance, at least for my content, anyways.
Have you tried Rumble at all?
Nah, I think I've heard of it, but
Have you? Yeah. I'm not like a paid sponsor or anything, but I've started to use Rumble. We have a lot better views for the podcast on Rumble than we have on YouTube. So
okay.
yeah, I mean, it's hard. Let's be honest. Like it's hard to be an independent artist. You know, you're gonna have those like hurdles and ups and downs, but it is kind of nice to have your own like creative freedom in a sense. You know, there's like no
Yeah.
middleman.
Yeah, I've
Is
heard
that kinda-
Rumble. That's one that's
Yeah.
like it's like not as censored as everything else, right?
Bro. They had a video on Rumble of why Nazis were cool. And
Jesus. That
what
would
we
be
could
deleted
learn
from
about
YouTube
that.
so fast.
I'm like, I should have taken a screenshot of this shit. I was like, what the fuck is going on here? But yeah, you do. There's always trade-offs, right? You know, best example is that you can put in a room all sorts of people, but the second you get one thing for them to kill each other over,
Mm-hmm.
hello, purge, baby.
Damn, that is cool though. I mean,
It is. But how has that been for you so far? Because I know like it's a little bit of a hurdle, but like you definitely have like that control and that grasp for it. So has that been going pretty well for you so far?
just like the content or like the whole career and everything, or
No, like for yourself so far. Like I know that you like been trying to explore yourself as an independent artist. Has that always been the case for you? Or no?
Oh yeah, for sure. I was writing songs when like I wrote my first song when I was 9, and before
Young.
then I was like fucking with my dad's electric guitar all the time, and just like I didn't even know how to play it. I just like the noises it made. And so like, and then I had my daughter when I was like 18, and I had to work at a factory, and I was like, oh fuck, no, this can't be what I do. No.
Thank God you weren't 17.
Yeah. Right. Thank God.
Damn. That's young as shit. And did you like, you had a job and anything to like fucking support a kid at that age?
Not at first. Not when my baby mama was pregnant. I didn't know what the fuck was going on at all. Like,
completely oblivious of like reality and like responsibilities and shit. Like, nah, I'm having a kid. We'll figure this out.
yeah.
Like, it'll happen.
Right. Yeah, I think I did too many drugs at that age around that time. But I mean, I was never like bad off on anything, but I was like really heavy into triple C's for a while and smoked a lot of weed too. And which, I mean, obviously I'm fine with weed. But
no, I couldn't guess. Shit, ChillPanic, you be keeping me on like, you know, the tread for like the past like fucking like 6 or 7 minutes. I was like, damn, does this man support marijuana? It's a great question.
No, I actually hate marijuana. This entire thing is satire to take down big
Bernie
THC.
Bernie bro, right here and there. You don't even have to go to the fucking Senate. Just come to the Lost in the Groove. But
no, I actually don't smoke anymore. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
You don't smoke no more? Really?
No.
Edibles?
That's kind of why I started wearing these. Nope.
Oh.
No, like weed like terrifies me now. A few years ago, I don't something just switched in my brain. I don't know what the fuck happened.
I had that with mescaline with peyote. It's
Oh,
very
okay.
strange. When I spoke to somebody that did peyote, I had them on the podcast, and like I had a little bit more clarity. Peyote primarily affects hearing.
Mhm.
So all things that your ears are, but the weird part about it is it allows your brain to visually see the sound waves and the basically like sacred geometry that it makes.
Oh,
So
shit.
so now every single time like I'm creating music or listening to music, I can see shapes in my head as I'm listening to the song. It's weird as shit, bro. But
Yeah,
like
sounds weird as shit.
it's like one of those things where would I do peyote again? No. It's like
Yeah.
that switch. It's like you do it once, you do it twice, you do it 3 times. It might not be nice. Hey, that rhymes.
Damn. Writing songs already.
Yeah, oh
So,
my god.
do you use
Yes.
that in the creative process now? Like seeing like does that inform like decisions like the shapes you see of
Yeah.
the sound?
Yeah.
That's insane.
Particularly when it comes to the way that I build my lyrics for songs. And I want to also hear your process cuz
Mhm.
you know, um I will create a sound. For example, I'll take a break, I'll take a synth, I'll take an electric guitar, I'll put the pieces
Mhm.
together. And a lot of the times I was just like, huh, this is about aliens.
Yeah.
And I just start writing and I don't know. It's like all of a sudden, it's like just the images, it just starts like clicking together. I feel like everybody has their own process. So
Yeah.
that's like kind of my process. What's your process like?
I 90% of the time I do the instrumental first. And then, but basically, I don't know. I try to do shit on accident or by accident as much as I
Right?
can. Like I really don't like. I can't just go into it thinking like I want to make this type of song. I
No.
have to just like I have to
Nope.
fuck around with like a
Right.
synth or like
Yep.
samples and just
Mhm.
throw random effects on it and just I try to accidentally make something cool. And
Yeah, yeah, I honestly, I don't know how people just like out of their head, they're just like, "Oh yeah, I got the tune. I got the." I'm like, You
yeah.
didn't like how? How do you do that?" You know?
Yeah, I don't know. I think everybody's got their own fucking like I think Rick Rubin said something about it like but it's also a combination of Rick Rubin and then just my own idea that I'm coming up kind of on the spot right now. But he was talking about ideas kind of being in the universe or whatever or up in the air and then like when it's time for that idea somebody gets it and so I think there's like all these songs and all these ideas everywhere, and there's different. Everybody's like a different frequency where they've got like their own antenna for certain ideas. So I think some people just are naturally inclined to have shit just come into their head and flop, blop, blop. Like my brother, for instance, he raps and he can just like I don't. He can just write a whole fucking verse, and there's so many words in it, and just like quick as hell and it'll like be clever too. But with me, I can rap sort of like just barely, but it's like hooks will come into my head, and that's like the only thing that ever comes into my head without doing an instrumental first is a hook. And
I
so
I I
yeah.
I hear, honestly, I hear you, and I hear you in a way of it not only makes sense, but there's almost like a part of connection to not necessarily the physical world.
Hmm.
I can say for myself, like the way that I was able to like find inspiration for my own voice was like listening to David Bowie and John Lennon.
Yeah.
Like I'm gonna throw this out right now, and people are gonna hate me. Both of those people did not have great voices. They were great at creating great voices. You see the difference? You
I
can
think so.
have,
You mean
yeah, like,
like the way they presented their voice, or like?
okay, it's like Sabrina Carpenter or Chapel Rowan.
Mhm.
Chapel Rowan created Chapel Rowan. Sabrina Carpenter sings Sabrina Carpenter.
Okay. I think that kind of
You
makes
see what?
sense. Yeah.
Yeah. Damn, did I use a modern reference? Jesus. I'm listening to. Listen. I'm surrounded by kids all day. I can't help it. No, I'm currently in vocational school, training to be an automotive technician, and like everybody around me is like 16, 18.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
Yeah. I worked at
Yeah.
Chipotle for a couple months
Oh,
a few years
nice.
ago, so yeah, I was around a
Yeah.
lot of kids.
I heard the customer morale is wonderful. They treat the employees
Oh my
incredibly
god.
well.
It was so bad.
So
Oh
I've
man.
heard. I
Yeah, there was this
literally always
guy
try to
just like,
be. I try to be the nice person, but
yeah.
yeah.
I think if you're in a good enough place, you can kind of let that like energy or whatever kind of just roll off your back and not absorb it and be okay and not have to fight back or whatever. But, I mean, everybody gets in a bad mood too.
You know what this is sounding like? A good idea for a new song. Working at Chipotle. I
Yeah.
mean, hey, just throwing it out there.
I
Maybe
could
it'll
definitely see
catch.
it. I could definitely see Lonely Island doing some shit like that,
Oh, damn.
or like
Oh my god, I'm Billboard 100. It's like 83, number 83 after the first 2 weeks. Bro, TikTok will be like blown up. They'll be like, shit, now we have to fucking buy it. Damn. But but
Bless you.
thank you. You know, that's what marijuana will do for you. Um what about for yourself? Like, have you had that same experience of being able to like hear other artists, or maybe even listening to your own music and kind of like figuring out like, maybe I can do something different, maybe I can hit those higher notes. How can I like make this song better? You know what I'm talking about? You ever like, you're just like
Yeah.
going through the loops and you're like, how do I make this better? Like, what can I add? What can I should I like hit this at a high note? Should I just maybe lower? Should this be the bridge? This be the chorus?
Yeah, I'm like really divided on this in my head. It's kind of, I feel strongly in two opposite directions, if that makes any
Okay.
sense at all. So like, it's like before you record it, I don't think you can truly know what's gonna sound good. So when I'm recording, I always have everything written and like structured out, like what's gonna be the bridge and the chorus and everything for the most part. But sometimes I also do like production and the writing at the same time. So I'll like produce like a verse and then I'll like sing it and record it. And then I'll just kind of keep going back and forth. But so I like to lay as much down as I can. And I like to not know exactly what I'm going to do sometimes and just try weird voices and just try things that are outside of my comfort zone. But once everything is recorded, I'm like vicious about deleting takes and shit. Like I really just try to, I listen to it because, having a kid and full-time job, I got to move fast to make sure I actually get shit done. So it's like I try to get as much raw material and experimentation as I can, but then when I go into editing mode, I'm just ruthless about, okay, this doesn't feel right. Delete, 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 delete. So yeah.
being it's almost like a level of discipline, like
Yeah.
understanding you have these responsibilities, and like there's this complexity to a sense of where, like, if this ain't working, I got no time for this. Like, move on. I gotta get on to the next. I feel that because, like, so many things happen. Like, literally, you think, like, okay, it's gonna be a nice, sweet day. Nah, nah.
Yeah.
The universe is like, we're gonna throw shit. We're gonna throw this at you. We're gonna throw that at you. We're gonna throw this and that. And it's like, I didn't ask for any of this.
Yeah,
I
the universe on some shit.
don't know. Right now, I feel like
Uh,
it's on straight crack, like shit you get down on the fucking alleyway. Like, not gonna lie, it
yeah.
really kind of feels that way.
Oh, yeah, me and my brother have been talking about that recently too, so that feels confirming that you feel that way also,
That the
but
universe is on crack.
yeah. I don't know,
Hmm.
I've been reading this book called Transurfing Reality, and so I've been, because I've
Sounds
just been
deep.
working at this. Yeah, it's been freaking me out a little bit, but like in a good way. But then every time I read something and I'm
Eh,
like, I kind of agree with this, and I'm like, but does that mean I'm
right.
fucking crazy?
Right.
Because
I think the thing that almost like broke my mind, but actually kind of gave me a little bit of peace. I was listening to a podcast where I heard a scientist explain that we're now understanding more and more that what we perceive as consciousness is God and is the universe. It's like almost like we're routers,
hmm
and there's, the giant tower that like kind of connects all of the routers. And it's like that means every single living thing is connected to one source. So it's like basically like multiple makes one thing. So it's like our idea has like always been like one being. It's like, though there isn't one being. There is like billions, there's like trillions. It's like everything is the one. And it's like, I mean, I don't hate it. I don't hate it. It doesn't sound too bad, you know?
yeah, I feel like that's what it is, but I also don't fucking know because I'm just a stupid human. But
I think it though adds something to us because, especially when you're an artist or somebody that's creative, or you just plain old make things. You have that ability like to connect, and there is something about other people giving something to us.
yeah.
I definitely feel it as an artist for myself. Like, people around me add something to my level of creativity and make me a better person besides myself.
Oh yeah, for sure. I definitely agree with that. I
You
haven't
you
collabed with as many people as I'd like to, but there's definitely some type of exchange whenever I'm collaborating with someone. It's like, because you can like bounce ideas off of each other and it becomes this whole other thing.
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, I give you a great example, even for this own podcast, right? I've had people on that have given me that experience as an artist.
hmm
I had a freaking vocal coach on that literally helped me figure out how to use this bloody microphone. You know, I had I had an artist that came on that was absolutely incredible, that kind of explained, kind of similar what you were talking about, is being able to have that ability now to be independent and still be disciplined with yourself, because
yeah.
it's a hard mix. I don't give a shit what anybody says. You try fucking doing that. Good luck.
Yeah, this is fucking ridiculous.
It is. But I I just feel like even for that, I think that has made me as a better artist, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. I think you need both to really do your best work. You kind of got to. It's kind of like the whole yin yang thing. Like you got to have both sides. You got to have like the fucking what would you call it? The fucking collective, the unconscious, the ether, the abstractness, and then being able to take your like skills from the temporal physical world to be able to shape it into something that actually exists on this plane. But you also got to be tapped in to the abstract. And yeah, I just think, yeah.
It kind of it kind of does intergalactic fucking, it kind of does
Yeah,
the
exactly.
Vulcan, um but you
Music
know what,
is
like
intergalactic fucking for sure.
yeah, it's definitely intergalactic fucking. I mean, hey, we're in the fucking Matrix, bro. Like, you know what? I have fully like sold my soul to the idea of like we live in a virtual reality, and whether like it's a very real virtual reality, whatever
Hmm.
that means, but there is the reason I bring this up is by like the very definition of what lyrics are. Because lyrics can be a story, it could be a memory, it could be an experience. It could be something that's given over. Like some people will write lyrics, and then you'll have a singer that will take them and actually. But where does that come from, right? maybe, maybe we're able to like tether in and tap into whatever that thing that we're attached to, and as
Hmm.
we're creating, we're able to like take that from the other world, the intergalactic, and bring it
Yeah.
down to this world.
You know what? I'm gonna
Too
type this
deep?
before I forget. Uh,
Listen, man, I
nope,
can go as
just
fucking
deep
deep as
enough.
you want me to go. Honey, bitch, I will go all the way down that motherfucking hill.
Yeah, yeah. Let's go down the hill.
Ooh. Damn,
I
now you're
had to.
getting me excited.
Yeah, this artist, he is somebody who I feel like is extremely tapped into the intergalactic, whatever the fuck. That
The
song
netherworld.
Ganesha, yeah, the netherworld of yeah, the netherworld. But he's like this song for some reason, whether I'm having a panic attack or if I got too high or if I'm just a little anxious, I don't know if this motherfucker is tapped into some type of earth energy or something. And yes, I had to put that there.
No,
Fucking
that
love him.
honestly, that is amazing, because you bring up something really incredible. Like I forgot his name. He is a Native American. Where is he based out of? I think it's one of the Dakotas. Um, I've never had him on this podcast, but I listened to some of his music, and he has an Instagram. Okay, he makes all of his instruments from like the wild. Okay,
Hmm.
and he basically like plays the instruments and then sings and then edits them and then kind of like puts like a little bit of like a modern, and then he sings it in his like native language. It's just fucking incredible, bro. It feels like, like the late 90s when you're in your SUV, like driving down the highway, just like, shh, just relax. That's how it feels. And like it does, it puts you into that like Zen, that yin and
Yeah.
yang mode. Um, I think more people need to try this to honestly experience it, because it is kind of it's weird what music can do, man. Like that's just what I'm
Yeah.
getting at, bro. It's like we talk about fucking heroin and crack and shit. Music, bro, that is the ultimate spice. That is the ultimate
Yeah.
opium.
What's that guy's name? The Native American fella.
I think it
I
was
don't know.
something white. White Claw.
White Claw.
No, it was like white. It had white in there, and there's like wolf and claw, or claw
Okay.
wolf. Bro, I'm being incredibly racist towards Native Americans right now, but like, I just, I just remember. But I, what where is that artist that you mentioned? Ganesha or Ganesha? Is that how you pronounce it?
Um. Oh yeah, that's the name of the song.
But his name,
He's I think he's
Paran
Parangi. Um.
Parangi.
Yeah. Let me look it up. I think he's some type of Hispanic. Um.
Is it in English or is it in Spanish?
Oh, he's a Brazilian.
Oh,
Um.
Portuguese.
So yeah, it might be in Portuguese.
Portuguese. Excuse me.
Portuguese. Portuguese.
It's weird. I never wrap my head around it, but it sometimes sounds nice in music. Yes.
Yeah. I don't know what he's saying, but he keeps repeating Onganshi Ganatatai, I think is. And it's
Kind of
like
sounds like
it
Japanese.
kind of does.
Right? Yeah.
Onganshi Ganatatai.
Igasayo!
Do your math homework. Ganatatai.
ChillPanic sayon. I wonder how they would say your name in Japanese, because it's like hilarious, because like I sometimes like wonder like how it translate.
Yeah,
Like,
I don't know.
wouldn't that be weird? Because like they always add like sayo or like sun at the end of it. So it'd
Oh
be like
yeah,
chill
true.
panic sun.
I guess I'll find out when I tour Japan.
Yeah, bro. You gotta do that, man. Open
Yeah.
the crack a little wider. Oh. Oh damn. Well, we got a cat in the building.
Oh. Hey, buddy.
Her name's Twix.
What's his name? Oh,
Her name's
Twix. Nice.
Yeah. I rescued her off the streets, and she has managed to lose 8 of her 9 lives. She is on number 9 currently.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, bro. It's been a rough road.
Yeah, we got a cat about a year ago.
How's that been working out for you? They are demons from hell, by the way. I will warn you.
Oh, yeah, for sure. As long as I keep my headphones hidden, it's all good. Except sometimes he just like spazzes out and wants to attack everybody. But for the most part, it's been nice.
They're very, it's interesting because I feel like they're very misunderstood.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like they can be very loving and comforting, just, in their own way. They kind of, okay, here's my theory. I think the reason why people don't like cats is because cats are a lot like people.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Think about it, right? Dogs are the exact opposite. They're too dumb to be like people. It's like, let me sniff another dog's butt. You ever see a human be like, pull down your pants so I can sniff your butt? Like, nah, ain't gonna happen.
Yeah, I feel
Dogs
like
is just free
dogs
country.
are like really weird, clingy people, maybe. Cause like that's what I love about cats. It's like they're like, oh yeah, it's so cute. All right, get the fuck away from me. Let me do my own shit. But dogs are just like, where the fuck have you been? Where have you been? I'm losing my fucking shit. I need you. I need you.
I
You
want
complete
you,
me.
my precious.
You know that I want you.
You know that I need you.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm just saying, like, so far I've given you like a lot of great song ideas so far.
Mm-hmm.
Like opening up the crack. Okay, I'll give you that one. But
all right.
I feel like though, I feel like even though like particularly with having a cat, it like a lot of the times helps me like relax.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I feel like I'm always trying to like get to the Zen mode because whenever I'm like trying to sit down and like create or make anything, sometimes I just get like flustered or you can't think straight. You know, you just like need to
Yeah.
relax. And I don't know, having a thing that's purring and kind of like vibrating, hey, on your lap is
Yeah.
kind of nice and it's relaxing.
Yeah, it really is. I always hug the cat when I'm feeling like overwhelmed. It's like, come here. Give me your love.
They are really great to like cuddle with. I don't know what it is. It's just like maybe it's because they have no bones. It's all cartilage.
Yeah, that could help for sure.
I'm like I'm one of those fucking assholes that like always remind people like just remember if they're like 400 pounds more, they will kill you.
Yeah, for sure.
It's just imagine your little house cat named Snowbell weighing 500 pounds, you know?
Oh yeah, I'd be fucking terrified because even our cat, who's like pretty small, because I mean he's only like a year old. He has the stare of the fucking jungle in him. Like when he's in his fucking mood, he like just walks around like a fucking lion, and that scares me sometimes. Even though I know I could kill him really easily, but yeah. So I would not want to come up on a mountain lion or something.
Bro, I mean, cats were not domesticated the same way dogs were domesticated. It's like people gotta understand, like, the only thing that's holding back cats from killing you is their size. There's a
Yeah.
reason why they're small and not big. Like, bro, I have like fucking cuts on my like I have like scars from this cat's like just whack. You know, just one
Yeah.
whack, and I got a permanent scar on my body. Okay? Like, God bless this thing is now 400 pounds.
Damn. Yeah. Oh, sorry to interrupt. I
Yeah.
just noticed I don't see any waveforms coming up on mine. Is it popping up on your end? I just
Yeah.
wanted to make sure it was recording.
Nah, you good.
Oh, okay.
We're both green. It could just be like I always say this, Zencaster is weird. It works when it wants
Yeah.
to work. It shows what it wants to show. And do you think these people ever fucking listen to any of the helpful, like, yes, I'm one of those people that put in, like, the suggestions in the suggestion box.
Yeah.
Nah, nah, they ain't listening to me.
Yeah, probably not. I don't
Nah.
know.
You don't, you've never used Zencaster before?
No, I've only been on one other podcast like 2 years ago, and I think we
Damn.
used Zoom.
Okay.
It, yeah, that's why I got on to the pod match thing, because I always have these fucking daydreams of being on podcasts, and I was like, I just need to start fucking looking for podcasts.
You know what it is that, like, there's a lot of podcasts out there, but the real hard thing about it is why are you doing it? Like,
Yeah.
what is your motivation to do this? And like through and through, I have literally been doing this for like since 2021. I have had up to already 5 hosts. And I've been the only fucking host that has survived since 2021. And I just, like I told you earlier, it's something amazing. Even like talking with like doctors and scientists and life coaches and just anybody. Like, there's just so much to learn from other people and really experience our virtual reality in full motion.
Yeah. That's a good way to put it. Yeah.
It really is. So tell me, like, we kind of like touch base on like kind of your creative process and things. Do you feel like there was a point in your life that sparked your desire to make music, or it like I know you said that like you've been making it since you were 9, but
Mhm.
was there a point like okay, like this is what I really want to do? You know, I was like
Like as for
I
like
want
a
to do.
career?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, it was definitely my first day working at a factory. I
Oh,
remember it
okay.
like it
Yeah,
was
that'll
yesterday.
definitely
It
do that to
was
you. Yeah.
yeah. Cause I just before I had my kid, I was just not on a good path. I don't know. I was really troubled and I didn't realize I was troubled. So like I had no desire to fucking do anything. All I did was like sleep on my dad's couch, smoke weed and watch Netflix. And yeah, when
You
she
were in
was
the zone.
born, yeah. AutoZone. Um
Yeah.
damn
Oh,
it, it's stuck in my
damn.
head. They mind controlled me. It's gonna be in there forever. But
Oh, O'Reilly's Auto
auto
Parts. I'm sorry.
parts.
This is it's amazing, man. They really do program us. Sorry.
They really do.
They really do.
Uh
Mm.
but yeah, it was just that first day at the factory and I had the realization, like I saw all like people there that were like in their 50s and 60s and I was like, "Oh fuck. I am set up to be in a job like this for the rest of my life. I got to figure out like what I'm good at and what I could possibly make a career out of. And the only thing that I've ever been good at was music. Like I was just like trash in school. And well, no, when I was younger,
Same.
I did okay in school. But once I got to high school, I don't know, I just
Fuck
stopped
that
caring.
shit, bro. They teach you bullshit. Bullshit. Yeah,
They really do.
they really do. But I mean, honestly, like I feel you because I've had my first day working in a corporate office. And I kind of feel like
hmm
factory, corporate office, prison workers, enslaved in corporate. I mean, it's kind of the same thing.
Yeah.
It makes you really question your level of sanity. It's like, do I really want to do this every single day? You know, it's like,
Yeah, it drives me fucking crazy. Even now with like I've got a cozy office job. It's like the hours are good, the money's not great, but it's good enough where I'm not homeless and I got a decent place to live and everything. But like it's just and it's barely any physical work, but still it drives me fucking crazy. I go to work every day, see the same people, have the same conversations over and over again, and it just yeah, it makes me feel crazy sometimes.
I I figured out an approach where like I picked automotive school because I thought to myself, you know what, like I do want other things I don't want to pursue. But at the same
Mhm.
time, like I do want to be able to have like a career where I can bring in like real money and do something that I like doing. And at the same time, like maybe be able to turn it into something creative that I can profit off of. You
Yeah.
know, it's not compromising. It's figuring out where you can put your talents at its best for the time being. You know, like not every situation is going to be permanent. You know, you'll get to a place where you can be able to make music on a day basis and be able to do that, I just think like a lot of us just expect things to happen like that, like, oh, you're gonna be a YouTube star. Bro, that's not a fucking career, man. It's really
Yeah.
not. Like MKHB, like what is his name? MKHB, MKBHD. I don't even remember his name. Like some of these people, they're not YouTube stars. They're people that were successful at what they did and became successful from it. You know, that's
Yeah.
the perspective of it is like, you're not a successful musician or an artist. You are successful if you put the mindset of being successful, and other people can see that too.
Yeah. Yeah, this whole thing's a mind fuck. I don't
It is a mind fuck, bro, because like there's just so many whys. Why does it have to be this way? Like, why do we put ourselves in these situations? Like, is this like, even for yourself, like, is this an example you want to set for your own family, for your own kids? Is just to like give up and be the slave to the man?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm almost kind of glad that I haven't made it yet while my daughter is like she's 12 now because like her like seeing me do shit all the time. Like I used to literally stay up every other night when I was just learning music production to like for like months on end, just every other night I wouldn't sleep and I would just drink way too many energy drinks and work on music
Nas
and
or
her
Red
kind of
Bull?
hmm? Oh, well, I like the sugar-free ones, but I'd have to go
Red
with
Bull.
Nas if I had to pick one.
Nice. Okay. All right. I'm liking you so far. All right. It's the best.
Yeah, it really is good. But yeah,
um,
now I'm trying to go back to coffee, but it's hard. But
it is. But I mean, honestly, going from like literally doing that night from night,
mhm.
that 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 has a toll on you.
Oh yeah, for sure. I think it was dumb. I probably took some years off of my life from that. but
How did you get
but
yourself out of that?
I just eventually broke down. Um So I guess okay. So it happened because I was writing this album called Psychosis because my biggest
Great
fear.
title.
Thank you. My biggest fear is going insane because my mom struggled a lot with mental health and stuff, and a lot of my albums have been based on talking about or expressing in a way that I'm afraid of because there's just some type of I don't know, flow I can get into there and it like feels important because I'm scared of it. But I went a little too far with it, which I guess was kind of the point. But basically, I was just smoking a lot of weed and drinking a lot of kratom, and the combination of weed and kratom gave me this really weird, like dissociative effect. And I
Somebody
was,
somebody told me about this recently, and because I was
oh
doing
really?
kratom, yeah, and I completely stopped. I only do kava if I go to like one of these places or whatever. Um,
Mm-hmm.
dude, you're not the only one that I've heard this from. So yeah, I don't know what that is. It's a real thing that kratom and weed do not have a good combination together at
Yeah,
all.
yeah. No, it was horrible. But I was doing it like every night, and I would like not sleep as much as I could because I wanted to go a little bit crazy, and I wanted to see like what the thing I was afraid of would feel like and write about it. And I started like dressing different. Like I was showing up to my factory job in like joggers and a button-up shirt, and I was like spraying bleach all over black clothes to make just abstract designs and shit. And but yeah, what made me stop actually was that okay, so at the factory job, which is actually the same job I'm at now, I just work in the office now. Um
You upgraded.
I yeah, but yeah, that and
Hmm.
then me getting into the office is kind of what made me stop doing that as much because even though I was dressing crazy and shit, I don't know why he fucking promoted me to be honest, but so I was like working on the but during my lunch breaks I would make beats in the office, so I kind of befriended the people in the office like not on purpose but just
Just
from being
cuz.
in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was just cuz I was there and they were cool people, so we would talk about stuff
I mean,
and
they gotta be if you're coming in dressing with joggers and a button-down shirt.
yeah. Yeah, my boss is cool as shit
Hmm.
too, because he promoted me like while I was wearing that shit and everything too. He was just like, just get some blue jeans and
This place doesn't sound that bad, to be honest. They seem like they seem like the kind of people that kind of turn the eye a little. Just like, you saw that,
yeah,
Johnny?
no, it
Nah,
really
nah, I didn't
is.
see shit.
Yeah, with my current boss took over, it became a lot more like that because he like completely stopped drug testing because they used to do random drug tests, and he was like, if I do that every 6 months, we're gonna have like a huge turnover all the time because I know just about everybody here smokes weed.
Do you want to hear something wild? in the automotive industry, they run drug tests. Obviously,
Damn. Yeah.
majority of auto technicians and foremans and people's working in dealerships, they're all on drugs. They're all on drugs. Like one great example, foremans. Do you know what a foreman is in a dealership?
I know what one is with like construction. Is it just kind of the same thing, but
Kind
dealership
of similar.
version?
So a foreman is the one that's in charge of the auto technicians on the floor.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
And a lot of these foremans, like, they like have what's called fixed rate. So like they'll sometimes like clock in like 18 to 20 hours, but obviously like they're only there like 13 or 14. They be doing coke, bro. I'm like, how the hell do you think somebody manages doing that 3 times a week? Coke, bro.
That makes sense, actually. Yeah.
Oh my god! But this is amazing. Like, you know, you're in a place like they don't drug test. So, I mean, obviously, a lot of people are a lot more cool and chill and relaxed.
Yeah.
I think honestly, the whole like drug test thing is kind of stupid.
No, I completely agree.
I just
I don't
think like
I don't
you're
get it.
making somebody sign a contract, then just put it on the fucking bloody contract. If you do drugs at work, and we find you, we fire you.
Yeah, especially with like weed because it stays in your system so long. Like you could have got high last week.
Yeah. Like you, and then like the thing is like if you have a good employee and like maybe they do marijuana, right? Do you think a good employee is going to be doing it on the job?
I mean, sometimes, yeah, but for the most part,
Sometimes, but like, like majority
I
of the
just
time, like
had to because
right?
my
But like,
brother fucking like he's high at work all the time,
oh
but
my
he's a
god.
great employee. But
No, like you know what I mean though? Like literally sitting there at the desk and fucking pulling out one of these and just puffing the shit out of it. Like, bro,
yeah,
okay? Like, do you want us all now to get fucking drug tested? Like, do you want to ruin this shit for everybody? That's what I think of that motherfucker. Fuck Johnny. I don't know if there's Johnny by your job, by the way, because if there is, I'm like so sorry. I just used that name.
I don't know one, but there could be.
Okay, great. Ah, phew. You don't have to edit that out. Hey. Damn. So you got bumped up to working in the office. And I mean, this is basically like during this like psychopathic mental decline.
Yeah.
Okay, but how the hell did you get yourself out of that? Because most people that go cuckoo bananas don't come back, honey child. Like boo boo child, like they be gone. Like the door closed and it ain't opening ever again.
Well, I don't know if I ever did all the way. I
Damn, bro.
definitely felt like
You
like
telling me
I
this now
struggle
towards
with
the
like
end of the fucking podcast?
like I still struggle with depersonalization sometimes. Like I'll just be driving and just all of a sudden everything feels weird and I don't feel like grounded or anything.
I
And
feel that. I get that too.
I just and I think the weed and kratom thing might be why I can't smoke weed anymore. That probably had something to do with it actually. But yeah, I mean, it's just I think having a
Bad
kid
weed.
helps a lot.
Bad weed. Sorry.
No, you're good. But yeah, having a kid helps with that a fuck ton because there's like you can't stop, you know. You there's like you have to keep bringing in money. You like you have to be there and shit. So you have to really like just do it anyway. And sometimes just like it's like when my mom died. It was like it happened in like a tragic, sudden, just terrible way, and it like really fucked me up. But you know, and I was out of work for like a week, but then after that, it's just no matter how you feel, you have to just keep doing shit because you're like your your focus all the focus isn't on you. So since it's not on you, it almost makes it easier in a way, if that makes sense.
You never forget them. There's always things around you that reminds you of them all the
Yeah, for
time.
sure. Your kid
It's
or the dead person?
I lost my dad a few years ago, so I know the feeling.
Oh shit. Yeah, I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah, bro. Sorry to hear about your mom. It's not like there's no manual for grief, you know. And I mean, I know for myself, like I poured a lot of that into like this and like drawing and music and things. But they're not around. They're not around, and like they're not around for you to share any of this with. Like that's sometimes like
Yeah.
the hardest thing to. Damn, bro. It's it's the hardest thing to think about because you want to make them happy.
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah, I'm sorry to bring that up. It was a
No,
party pooper move.
nah, it's not a party pooper. Like honestly, like being real, you know, be like talking about what makes us us. You know, the same way your daughter makes you you. You know,
Mhm.
the same way like the death of our loved ones kind of shapes us to who we are now. And even our breakdowns, bro. Like you preaching to the choir. Like I've broken down. I'm 26 and I've had like 3 breakdowns. You know, and I always get the speeches like, "Oh, you're in your 20s, you can't fucking break down." I'm like, "I'm living proof." Okay?
Yeah.
That shit can happen at any age. And you don't really like fully recover like when you come back cuz I get what you mean like th- there's like the dissociation. Sometimes like you're like, "Where am I?" All right. You know, just like that. Oh, like what? Why am I? And the weirdest thing for me is that I get like I'm thinking, but I'm not saying.
Mhm.
I'm just standing there and I'm just like dead silent. And I'm like, I'm thinking I'm talking, but I'm not talking.
Oh, damn. That's
Yeah.
wild.
Yeah. I got the weird bug. Shit.
Yeah.
Well, I guess, like, you know, you got a few other things you could tweak. Listen, bro, this is why we got to make it to the future, man. So that they can put us on the fucking table and, like, adjust shit, you know, go, you know, just tweak and fix whatever's fucking broken. Bro, man, it's a new dawn, bro. It's a new dawn, new age of Aquarius.
Yeah. I That sounds familiar for some reason,
What?
but I don't know what that means. New age of Aquarius. Why does that sound familiar? What is that?
So we've entered the age of Aquarius. So like there's
Oh, the
different
zodiac thing.
the
Okay.
zodiac, yeah. And supposedly that means good shit. So I don't know. I don't see any of the home robots.
Oh,
What?
wasn't that like it was like we were in the age of Aquarius during different like revolutions or something
Well, yeah, it was kind of part
like
of
that.
also the hippie movement. Like they were very there was this aspect of, you know, accepting that this is the new age, the new acceptance. I mean,
Mhm.
you really think about it, and like I've talked about this before. The reason why we're in this pickle with all of this substance one complete garbage and nonsense is because of a man named Nixon wanted to fight his political candidates. So the reason why we all have to fucking suffer in this country is because a Republican didn't like Democrats, which I'm not picking a side. I'm just
Mhm.
telling you what the history is. And it's like, wait, what?
Yeah, it was like the
Bro.
whole war on drugs thing. It wasn't even in like wasn't there even propaganda against weed even before then?
Mm-hmm.
Like I remember like I saw an old article where it was like fucking the hemp plant makes a black man look at a white woman how a white man should look at a white woman.
Well, it
And
happened because for a very long period of time, we were using hemp to make products,
mhm.
and materials. And what happened was there was a monopoly on wood to make paper in this country. And it was very difficult to make hemp into paper, but there was like this machine that they developed that was able to turn hemp into paper and actually was better than making wood out of. So basically same old Rockefeller story. They were like, all right, we're just gonna spearhead the news and tell them that this invention is because, blacks like to smoke marijuana and then rape the white women.
Yeah.
Um, so we went from chopping down trees that take years to grow back, then a plant that regrows in less than 3 months, and you can have bigger crops that are on the same fields as corn, but
Yeah.
has double the quantity. Wow, we are really smart. Smart people. Smart people. Like, bro, it's like you want comedy, just look at history. History is our comedy. Just the
Yeah.
buffoons and idiots and morons.
Yeah, I feel like back then it might have been even easier to like control people's perceptions of everything. Like if you had an imbalance in power and you had like enough money to run like articles and shit, you could just kind
Well,
of make people believe anything because they couldn't really fact check it.
it exactly, and obviously, like, this is what's wild. The amount of research and development we could have had now on kava, on kratom, on psilocybin. I mean, the list just goes through. If it wasn't criminalized, bro, we
Yeah,
could,
it
we,
fucking sucks.
we could have weed products now that like are fucking insane. Like, we don't have this shit, but can you imagine a rosin capsule? Imagine you can take rosin liquid and put it in a capsule that maybe like possibly has like nanobots that it can
Hmm.
get itself directly into your endocannabinoid system and then like microdose. So you get just, bro, where is this shit, man? I want it. I want it now. That sounds
Yeah, that
amazing.
would be some crazy shit.
That'd
Yeah.
be
And
amazing,
just
bro.
just like every hour you just get like a little bit of it.
Hey, a little
Like
kick. You're like, ugh, Shaggy, Shaggy, where's snacks?
And yeah, that does really piss me off about the psychedelic mushrooms and stuff too. Cause I'm scared to take them now, but when I was younger, I definitely would have. But just after the whole kratom and everything, I'm just scared to do anything psychedelic
I
again. But
I did shrooms last year. I did it 4 times, and this is gonna sound wild, but the last time I did it, like towards the end, I just like in my head was like, stop, and then every single time like I go near it, stop.
mhm.
I can't touch them. Like I can't.
Oh, so like while you were tripping,
Yeah,
damn.
I just my body's like, no, I'm not ready yet. Anybody that says like shrooms are addictive, you've never done shrooms before.
Yeah, I don't think any psychedelic can be addictive because the only ones I've done were salvia and acid, And with both of those, I had no intention of doing it again
No,
for a
salvia is
while after.
I've never done salvia. I've heard it's heavy. Heavy. I mean, bro, I did mescaline, bro. Like, the hangover afterwards was about 8.5 hours.
Damn.
Okay. And I was in the Mesa Desert in Israel in May.
That sounds like a good place to do mescaline.
It was amazing. Like, we did it the night before, but it was just the afternoon was insane because it was just hot and the sun's beating and my head's throbbing and I could barely see. I'm just like, how is this shit fucking addictive? Like, I just like, there's so many. My problem is even on a creative side, like, just imagine allowing people to be able to use this stuff to heal themselves for like I guess we're just
Yeah,
not
because I
there
mean,
yet.
no, it's at least making progress. That's one thing I really like about Tim Ferriss. I think he helped kind of start the what was it? Either the John Hopkins thing or something. He helped start getting like he put
Was
a lot
that
of money into funding.
was it for Parkinson's? I think it was. Is it was it Parkinson's? Is he? No, I'm thinking of somebody else.
Um I think it
Because
was
there was.
for treatment resistant clinical depression for that. And I think there was a
Oh,
Parkinson was more of a weed thing, but I don't know. I haven't been up to
yeah,
date on it.
Parkinson's
So
is a more of a weed thing. I mean, I know that they've been doing like MDMA and Ibogaine
mhm.
for
Yeah.
severe depression, PTSD, anxiety, like severe trauma and things. You know what? Like, these things, what they are tools. The same way like you open up like Logic Pro or um and you start like building those pieces together. Sometimes you
Mhm.
need those tools in order to build those blocks. And it doesn't have to be weed. Like, I've told people before, like, there are different ways to get the same experiences from other things like swimming, running, hiking. There's a lot of shit, people kind of find their way of getting that groove. Oh
Yeah. Yeah, walking's definitely a big one for me.
yeah.
That's what I have to do. It's like walking to like a nature trail. There's something about being around trees.
You get
I don't know
high.
what it does.
You get high.
Yeah, it feels like a grounding high. I don't know. It's like nature's
You're
just giving me a
connected to
big
the
hug.
earth below you.
Yeah, that's really what it feels like.
Mm-hmm. I know. My my dad used to talk about that. My dad used to love going like on walks and he loved it literally for that experience. It's like the cracks, the leaves, going over and then you like hear the rush of the water. And you going closer and you hear it
Yeah.
like louder and louder. It's weird because like that was our reality for forever, and then Rockefeller came along
It's
and
all
was like.
Rockefeller's fault.
That's also the Prussians' fault. It's a lot of people's faults. But like, we created an industrial society, and it's like same way that we like crave to look at the Milky Way, but we can't because of light pollution. It's the same type of like craving because we're animals. Okay.
Yeah.
We come from the woods, right? Like, we build these cushy houses and air conditioning and all this shit, and it's like,
I think that's why like every psychedelic I've ever taken has made me want to go outside because it's like acid or salvia. It's always made me be like I have to go outside right fucking now, and because I feel like it's somehow connected with that whatever the fuck earthly etherly intelligence or something, or maybe it's just all a brain thing. I don't really fucking know.
You know what though? The same way we're able to create out of nothing and make something, I feel like it's the kind of the same way that our brain kind of processes. It's like, okay, the same way you can see the sunrise, and I'm sitting right there. We
Hmm.
both see the sunrise, right? But if we're able to get a really good, high quality scan of our brains at that moment, looking at that sunrise, get two completely different images. The same fucking
Yeah.
shit. Why? It's because got two different brains processing the same information two different ways.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like that quote about like two people can read the same book. I don't remember the fucking quote. There's something about,
You're hyping me
but
up.
it'll.
You're like, I got this awesome quote. It's like, fuck, shit.
Hold on, I'm gonna look it up. This is somewhere. Oh, it was
Oh,
just no two persons ever read the same book was the quote.
no
Cuz
two persons read. Yeah, it's true. It is. I think, again, like that, whatever this virtual or matrix, whatever it is,
yeah.
there's an aspect of individuality that is so unique that you could make 8 billion different versions of people.
Yeah. Yeah, I
And
think
so and some of
that
them
is
are
one thing that like gives me hope about music and shit is just the
yeah.
fact that like everybody really is like different and there's like that many variations that are possible.
And I mean, hey, the age of indie artists in the underground world is very high. I mean, very much thanks to technology. And you know what? Like, fuck the system. Like, fuck Sony. You know what? Those
Yeah.
pricks have been stealing from so many, like, really talented people. It's like, fuck you. Fuck you and your contracts. Like, we don't need, like, most people, we don't need to do that shit anymore. I had a record producer on this podcast.
Mhm.
His entire production is independent. There's no middleman. There's no nothing. It's like people come to me, they're coming to a private business. Bro, can you name somebody like 25 years ago that's just like, hey, I'm going to open up my own recording studio and record label. And hey, if you want to come and sign up, like, feel free.
Yeah,
Like,
that's why I don't really understand
it's
whenever
crazy.
artists complain about the low Spotify royalties, which I mean, I definitely think they could probably give out a little bit more money for sure, but like there has never been a time with music ever where you could distribute your music worldwide for like an extremely low price. And also when people like fucking bought CDs, like you're not getting paid for every time that they listen to the CD, you know. So
They're only making a percentage of each sale of the CD, which is usually like 2 or
yeah,
3%.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, yeah, artists have been getting fucked forever, money
Finally
wise.
we
But
ate. Finally we ate. Uh listen, man. I didn't ask you earlier. Do you have any social links? You know, like a YouTube. You mentioned that. Website possibly.
I've got YouTube, which is just ChillPanic, and it's got the Leviathan symbol as the PFP.
Fuck yeah.
That's the only one I really use. I deleted my Instagram and my Facebook page, and I'm also on TikTok, ChillPanic Music.
For all those that have not deleted their TikTok app off their phone,
Oh yeah.
yeah, you can enjoy some Chill Panic. Hey. You have a YouTube channel, no?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. I'll add I add sometimes like a card to the YouTube video so they're able to find your channel and shit. And then I'll obviously like all of this shit's gonna be like below the description box. Do you have anything planned or anything new that's coming around?
No, I'm just fucking speed running popular songs because that seems to be the only thing that works. So I'm just gonna keep doing that.
Hey. I like the attitude. Listen, man, it's been an absolute pleasure to have you on. And first off, dope attire. Okay, like
Oh, appreciate
props.
it.
Okay, you came prepared, and I appreciate it like immensely. And for anybody out there, if you want to check out more of the podcast, you know where to find us at Lost in the Groove Pod. So with that, catch you motherfuckers on the next one. Peace out.